So today is Monday, March 16th, and Xbox has dropped a lot of news. I am Turbo, and I'm coming to try and help make a clear explanation on everything that was announced this morning. Seeing all of the news and all of the simple animations of how this system is built and put together is absolutely amazing. With the cooling system that they've somehow engineered, throwing a huge turbine silent fan at the top to spin like a vortex to cool every compact part of this system in such a small package simply amazes me. It's a feat of engineering. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they put this thing together, but it's incredible. The two motherboards working simultaneously together with a short throw of a lane as it is to reduce the latency is just absolutely insane to me. I have never seen anything like this. Everybody goes, "Oh, it's a PC. It's a PC." No, this is a feat of engineering. Look at the size of the heatsink. Look at the size of the PCU. It is absolutely insane how they pack all this power in such a small size. Like, this is not a PC. This is a feat of engineering. Now, we know the confirmed specs, 12 teraflops, could be 12.155 or whatever to push to the max. But there's other things that have gone into this system too. Not only is it a sophisticated system, but the cooling and the actual case itself, all the lanes and how they work together is absolutely stunning. Now, what I want to touch on is this whole megahertz thing and the latency in between that and how much power is being pushed through these lanes at such a high speed that it blows my freaking mind. Now, I understand most of these specs because I've built computers before. I know how motherboard and lanes work, and I know how latency can have a problem with that. There's only so many lanes on an actual motherboard that data and processing can pass through. What they're claiming here and what has been confirmed today is absolutely insane. It is like so freaking fast, it blows my mind. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm just going, what? Onwards to back compat. Players will see the benefits of the improved hardware of Xbox Series X for backwards compatible games, including improved boot and load times, more stable frame rates, higher resolutions, and improved image quality. The compatibility team is also continuing to create entirely new techniques and innovation that we can use to further enhance the existing catalog of games when running on the Xbox Series X. Early on, when we saw pictures of the back of the console, there was a lot of controversy and a lot of talk about what that large slot in the back of a console could be. Well, today we know it's an actual expansion slot for an NVMe drive that you can hook up for further expansion of your storage, anywhere up to terabyte to 2. That will be proprietary, and we'll see more about that at a later date. On top of that, Microsoft has developed a new whisper quiet fan that will spin like a turbine, spinning wind inside of the console to keep each component of the inside of the console cool. They call it the Xbox Series X parallel cooling architecture. With everything we've heard today, the Xbox Series X is built for speed and performance with 12 teraflops of processing power and compatibility for 4 generations of games. We have simply not seen this on consoles before, and Microsoft is clearly leading the way into the future of gaming. Whether you like to admit it or not, Microsoft and their Xbox is clearly a very, very powerful system, more powerful than most of the PCs on the market of today. We are getting this in a console package and probably a $500, $600 price range, which cannot be beat. If you're on the ecosystem, good. Everything comes with you. If you're not, I would say you should be, because this thing is a monster. This thing is going to be a beast, and it's going to give the developers the power to take their games to the next level. There is a full 8 cores with 16 threads at 3.6 gigahertz. That is unheard of. 16 threads at 3.6 gigahertz. That's not spread across. That's not, here's what you get in your processor. That's it. That's 16 threads at 3.6, which means fast. Let me try and explain this in simple terms. If you have a processor on a computer, usually a quad core has quad core with 4 to 6 threads, and each core can be running at 1 to 2 gigahertz. if you're running at a 4.1 speed. This has 16 threads at 3.6 gigahertz each. That's basically like running 8 different processors at the speed of 1. All of these threads are going to be running at a 3.6 gigahertz frequency locked. As far as the speed at 1825 megahertz, this is actually faster than the GeForce RTX 2080 Super, which clocks in at 1815. So it's got a bit up on there, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here on the GPU compute. And those cards currently are going for about $700. So not only are you getting more performance out of the Xbox Series X, but the 2080 Super, just the GPU alone, is going to cost you way more than this entire console. There's also the 320-bit memory interface, that's a lot of fucking bits. Usually it's a 128 or a 256. This is almost double that. 6 times 2 gigabyte GDDR6 and 4 times 1 gigabyte GDDR6, which I think they're going to be using sort of hybrid to store random access memory and then use some of that memory just to be like off the hooks. But in total, we're looking at 14 gigabytes per second throughput, which is just insanely fast. And the total system memory is going to be 16 gigabytes with probably about 2 locked for background processes and things like the operating system. Still absolutely incredible. Like, I don't know what else I can say. So to basically round it all up for you, 10 gigabytes GPU optimal at 560 gigabytes per second. That's a lot of data per second. That's tons and tons and tons. And then you're going to have 6 gigabytes standard at 336 gigabytes per second, which are going to cut off about anywhere from 22 to 2300 gigabytes per second there, which is not going to really, you're not going to really notice that because it's like, it's going to compensate for like drawing farther textures rather than closer textures. What's in front of your face is what's going to be beautiful. Things that are going to be like in the background, it is going to kind of just like, it'll dial it down a little bit so it's not like running at full fucking, maxed out all the time, because it's not necessary. And that's very smart on the Microsoft engineering team to figure that kind of thing out, because you don't really need it just running at full goddamn clock all the time. You can use those resources for other things. I mean, and then also coupled with the double rate and machine learning support, 8-bit and 4-bit. It's not huge, it's not 16-bit, but I mean, this is brand new kind of shit. This is custom stuff, so I'm going to be very, very, very excited to see how they're going to like sort of put that into our games, because it is going to be available on the dev side. And, we don't have any details on what they're going to be able to put that towards the game, but it's good that it's there for the developers. And then we also have the hardware accelerated ray tracing support with DirectX, which is proprietary to Microsoft. That is DirectX is an x86 infrastructure. It's proprietary to Microsoft and Windows. We run that on our PCs, basically. Not the ray tracing, but the DirectX support for all of our games is what you kind of have to have that runtime to run any sort of PC game on your Windows computer. So that's very cool too. Of course, they're going to put that into our consoles and run the games on that. And then we have a 12 teraflop equivalent, 13 teraflop total workload with parallel processing, because it has the 2 motherboards that are going to be communicating with each other through a short throw of PCI lanes, which is, again, an engineering feat. We've never seen something like this before. This is absolutely like new custom, like we don't have anything like this on the market currently. And I mean, yeah, there's still more. The NVMe 1 terabyte SSD at 2.4 gigabytes. Like, the max is going to be 6 gigabytes a second for data from hardware decompression from the SSD. Like 6 gigabytes a second. That's the speed is incredible. This thing is going to be a speedy, powerful freaking monster. Like, there's no way around it. You can't downplay this. Like, this is an engineering feat. This is something we've never seen before. This is something that cannot be built and bought off shelves. Everybody is like trying to build a computer comparable. Oh, I got the Series X and they build a computer for like $1,300, $1,200. It's like, no, you don't really have this kind of engineering and this kind of technology into a normal computer with a normal motherboard, because it's just not built like that. This is completely custom, completely engineered by Microsoft and AMD. These are not parts that you can just go to your local supermarket or your local fucking flea market and buy parts and throw together a system and put it in and expect it to perform like this. It's just not going to happen. This is not something that we've ever seen before. So I really hoped I helped clear some things up for you and helped you understand about what we're really looking at here. I'm super excited for this. It seems like we get news almost every other week or every week. I mean, we're looking forward to the conference, or not the conference, but the little presentation they're going to bring out on Thursday about game development. Super excited about that. I think I pretty much touched on everything that I possibly could today on what was announced. It looks fucking awesome. I can't wait to get the thing in my hands. I'm going to be a day one adopter. I'm super excited for the future, and I'm looking forward to the games because we have a lot of studios that we haven't heard anything from. And we're all holding on for that E3. And I know E3 is canceled, but we're all holding on for that. It'll be like an Xbox Direct presentation where we're going to see what these studios have been working on. And it'll probably end out with a premiere of the next Fable, right? It's like the worst kept secret in gaming right now. It's like Fable is coming. Halo is coming. Forza will be coming. But yeah, I'll end it right there. I have been Turbo. You have been you. Like the video if you liked it. Hit that subscribe and hit the little bell for the notifications. I'll be bringing out more videos like this. Appreciate your time. Peace.